Okay, so Catherine's going to help us today, and we are going to move now 50 of our 100 meat chickens. So these are Cornish cross meat chickens. We're going to move 50 of those into this brooder that's right next door, because this one had our 52 laying hens that got moved outside yesterday. So we're just going to move those over today. So this brooder is great. We emptied it out, put everything into the compost, and then we put some diatomaceous earth and this stuff. This is called First Saturday Lime, but you can put diatomaceous earth in as well in the bottom, and just some clean pine shavings. You don't want to use cedar shavings from what I understand. And they're just going to move over. So you're going to be with us today while we do this. And Catherine is too, because she's not feeling good. So she wants to be part of this with us. So this is how big they are right now. And they are less than a week old. And they're already getting so much bigger. Say hello. Got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Wow, you guys are totally getting bigger. Want to go eat? 6, 7.
8, 9, 10.
11, 12. Now, so this is 12. 13, 14, 15.
16, 17.
18, 19, 20. 20. See, all right, so see this right here? Just wanted to show you something I did not understand about chickens. See this bulge? I kept thinking my chickens had like a tumor or something. This is actually their crop where they eat and they hold all their food in here from. This is why they need grit to kind of help them digest what's in here, but they don't get grit until they're a little bit older. So if you see your chickens and they have like a bulge on the side, that just means they're well fed. How many was that?
22.
22, 23, 24, 25. I cannot get over.
27, 28.
I can't get over how big they are already. 9, 30, 31.
32, 33.
32, 33.
34, 35, 36.
36.
37, 38, 39.
37, 38, 39.
41, 42.
43.
No.
41, 42, 43.
Oh, you're on 39.
39. 40, 41, 42. Sorry, 42. 43, 44. 45, 46, 47.
49.
50.
No. What do you have?
47, 48, 49, 50.
Nice, that's half and half.
Yep. So one of the things you want to check for with baby chicks is to make sure that they do not have any manure on their backside. So we give them an electrolyte and a probiotic in their water. You can just give them apple cider vinegar. You can just give them water, but we like to do that to help them because they can get something called poopy butt. and it actually makes it impossible for them to go to the bathroom. And so you want to keep an eye out for that with young chicks and make sure you clean them off if they develop that. Thankfully, these ones look pretty healthy. So this is 50. And you can see there's a lot more room for them here. I cannot get over how much they've grown just in the last few days. These guys are totally like growing monsters. That's all they want to do is eat. So, and then this is what we do is we take clean shavings and we put it on top of any of the dirty shavings that were in here, already eaten all their food, and they'll just continue to manure on that, and we'll keep putting clean shavings on top, and then we will move that out when it's time to move them outside. So you can see the line from before was how high we got with our previous shavings, and we just kept building that up with clean shavings. Now the difference is if you were going to put new chicks in, had never been in your brooder before and were brand new, you would want to actually take their little beaks and dip them in the water when they first come in. So if they're getting shipped to you or something like that, or coming out of your incubator, you want to dip their beaks in water so that they learn where the water is. Ours don't need us to do that because they know where everything is now. So we're just moving them over. But now we have 50 in this one, and these are their heaters. I did invest in another one of these. I do like this model, even though it's a bit more expensive, because it has this clear plastic dome on the top. It keeps the chickens from roosting on top and just like pooping everywhere on top. I kind of like that. And then the legs are adjustable in height so that the chickens can go right underneath there and they can keep warm under these warming plates, just like they would kind of tuck themselves underneath their mother. And so each of the brooders now has 2 of these large heaters. So there are like pros and cons to this. I like that none of the manure gets on the top of here, but when it comes to the flat ones, you can see they do get a lot dirtier a lot quicker. So, I mean, they do that really fast. However, if your water or feed is not lifted up off the ground, so we actually put a brick underneath, a large brick underneath this water. If it's not lifted up all off the ground and you're using shavings, because chickens naturally scratch and they're moving around in there, they will kick all the shavings into the area that's the water reservoir, and they'll fill that all up so it's harder for them to drink, or it'll just get dirtier. And so I do like that I can put waterers on top of these heating plates when they don't have that dome, and it gives me another place that's up higher away from the shavings to put their food or water, where they're not going to get stuff into their food or water. So there's pros and cons, but they will drink through, what would you say, at least a couple gallons of water a day, easily. Yeah. At least a couple gallons of water a day. And I guess, like, if you look online, these meat chickens will take somewhere around 12 pounds of feed to reach their full-grown weight. So Cornish cross chickens, they just grow so fast. By the time they are 8 weeks old, they are totally ready for harvest. And you actually wouldn't want them to grow much longer than that, because they're so big, they get so big that they'll actually have a heart attack and die, from what I hear. So they can't, yeah, they get so big they can't walk. So you have to process them right around 8 weeks. And depending on if it's a male or a female, I believe they get somewhere around 6 to 8 pounds. So these 100 birds will give our family at least 600 pounds of food for our family in 8 weeks. That's a huge turnaround for food. They take about, like I said, 12 pounds of food to reach their full-grown size. And within the next, what do we say, because the weather is warming up, right after they reach about a month old, we're going to be putting them out on pasture. And so they will be right out on grass. They'll be moved every day and get to have a really great life outside. They will be so much healthier than any of the chickens that you could ever buy in the store. So this gives us the ability to raise a lot of good, healthy meat for our family. And we do not plan on processing all 100 birds in one day, because I think that would be too much. So the plan is that hopefully we will be able to process anywhere between 20 to 25 a day over the course of a week. And so you would not believe how much these are going to grow in a short period of time. These chickens are just a few days old. They're not even a week old. And we just got them in and they were like, you know, the size of an egg just a few days ago. So it's hard to, and then it's crazy how much they've grown already. From what I hear, they will not feather out quite the same way as the laying hens will because of their genetics. They don't need the same feathers because they're not going to reach that same age. So genetically, they don't feather out as much. They just put all their energy into growing meat. It's kind of crazy. So they've already been fed today, and this is just a few hours later, and they literally would never stop eating. So crazy. So that's our video for the day. What do you think, Catherine? Were you a big helper? You were not going to let us do this without you today, were you?
No, she wasn't.
Can you say bye to the chickies? Say bye, chickies.
Goodbye.
Tell them bye. No?
Goodbye.
Bye, chickies. So there they go. We'll probably fill this up one more time, and we'll fill it up again tonight, and they will just eat through all of that in an unbelievably fast amount of time. Say bye-bye, birdies. Say bye.